Yo, what is up, guys? It's IFM here. We have the match of the tournament so far. We have Panamaxis versus Philip7086, and I have two wonderful commentators here with me. Why don't you say what up, boys? It's Luke and Stone, aka Dave.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Yeah, so just explain to me how hyped this match is. Like, I'm just crazy for it.
Yeah, the implications of this match are pretty big. Obviously, decide to East plays, but it's more than that. I mean, I think this is the game that coming into round two, everybody wanted to watch, and the fact that it has these high-stakes implications just makes it all better.
Yeah, and to explain the situation for you guys, right now West is up 5-4. This is the last match in the first round, in the quarterfinals, excuse me. And if West wins this, aka Philip, they are moving on to the semifinals to play our team East. And if Panamaxis is able to come out with the victory, there's going to be a tiebreaker, the first of the tournament, between Oceania and West, which is just going to be hype if it ends up happening. So just... like, honestly, though, everyone was looking forward to this match because they're both just amazing players in DPP.
Yeah, these are two of the legends, especially from back when Stone and I were playing more actively. These two were, like, the best of the best.
Go ahead.
They innovated everything. Things like Torment Heatran, incredible. And they've both won World Cups for their respective teams, so it's
see the
very fanboy match.
Yeah, and we see the early spikes up there for Philip, and he takes a good chunk of damage from that Hippowdon. And now he's got an opportunity to either try to Destiny Bond a second Earthquake, go for the taunt on the predicted Stealth Rock, and it's going to be the Earthquake, and the first Pokemon is down.
Yeah. Now about this, I think I would have expected Pana to Earthquake regardless. Pana values kills over setup anytime. And judging from the Hippowdon, Pana's going to have a spinner. So I don't agree with Phil's decision to taunt. Double spikes would have been nice, get as much damage as you can. Pana's also using a team that I wouldn't have... It's looking very stally, from the get-go, which I'm not used to him running. But Phil's type of team is definitely... something I would expect. I wouldn't be surprised if a Draco Meteor from Dragonite comes out here.
Yeah, I think that could definitely be expected. Because honestly, Dragonite's just so powerful, and it can really fuck up the Hippowdon if it hits it with a Life Orb Draco right here.
Oh, wow. And the Aqua Tail miss.
That's looking...
So we assume it's going to be CB.
Band.
Yeah, it's definitely probably going to be a choice band set. And
probably doesn't have room for Aqua Tail if it's DD. So
if it's not choice banding, I mean, it could be something else like Loam. I mean, I don't know why it would, or it could be Life Orb, and maybe he could surprise the Celebi, switch in with the Draco here. I don't know.
Yeah, it could definitely be a mix set with the Aqua Tail.
I don't see Aqua Tail being on a mix set. I feel like if you're running Aqua Tail, you're definitely going for the cheese. Yeah, he switched it out. That's 100% CB.
Yeah, and you see the Ice Fang coming in for Hippowdon, so a nice read there from Philip, get it in safely. And now it might be able to set up a Swords Dance because it's not going to be a Whirlwind Hippowdon if it's throwing out Ice Fangs right there.
Yeah, this is interesting. Also, for the type of team Pana's running, depending on his steel, SD Scizor could do a lot of damage later on. I expect Phil to try and save this as long as possible.
Yeah, unless he's running a Heatran really as his steal. Like, if you're running something like a Skarmory or a Jirachi, it's going to be very difficult for it to check a Swords Dance Scizor.
Yeah. Oh, he goes for a random Ice Fang. What do you think about that, Luke?
I think he must have a Skarm in the back.
He was definitely expecting the double to Dragonite. This is
wow.
Okay.
Ooh, that's huge.
That's a nice... I was going to say Panamaxis has all the momentum, but SDU turns interesting.
Yeah.
I'm expecting maybe a baton pass in there. I don't know. Like, that's interesting.
No, SDU turn was pretty common. You U-turn out on the counters early game and then sweep later.
I don't see... I feel like Bug Bite's always going to be the better
Yeah, but there's one thing I'd like to point out that I think is very critical. The fact that the Tentacruel is the spinner, and it's now been taken down to 24% health, so it does not have another switch in right now.
Yeah,
so that's
so
basically hazards up permanently as long as the Jirachi's able to deal with it, and I assume it is since he sent it in.
I'm assuming Rachi's going to have Stealth Rock as well. I think that's a fair assumption to make. We haven't seen Phil's last, but...
You had Roxanne Swampert.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, the
Oh, wait,
Rachi's
he did get
probably,
Roxanne. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so...
Probably some mixed set, if I had to
Swampert
guess.
is so bad versus Pana's team currently.
Yeah, but at least he was able to get the rocks up, and I could see this Scizor doing a lot of work now that Tentacruel's taken some big damage, and there's no way to get the...
I'm curious why Tentacruel was the Scizor switch in. That's not
he
good.
probably wanted easy, either easy hazards or an easy spin or just easy damage. Well, damage doesn't make sense. Leftover Scizor, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like,
not,
either
that's
way...
news to me.
Actually, a Bug Bite would be doing even more, and a combination of a Bug Bite plus a Bullet Punch would kill it anyways. So I definitely see... I think Pana is probably panicking a little bit against the Scizor if that's his switch into it.
I think that he went to Tentacruel in case of a possible superpower. You don't want to switch in something like a Heatran into that. I have a feeling that Pana's has a Heatran. I could be wrong, but he needs to be packing a Steel, either a Skarm or a Tran, and just something to make up for his Earthquake weakness for Steels. Yeah.
Yeah, I could even see both a Heatran and a Skarm as well.
Yeah. I don't think Pana would take that risk. Even though they complement each other actually surprisingly well. And he does have decent water resistance, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like his team is just super defensive. And actually, it's going to be fast Tenna.
It was faster than the Jirachi. That's incredible.
So that's huge.
But that also says
That's
something
enormous.
about Phil as well. He's probably a bulky CM.
Yeah, definitely.
Because most T-Bolt Rachis are going to have CM. They're going to have Wish. So I'm expecting like a Wish CM here.
But
I don't think he would do sub.
We would also expect it to have leftovers, though, and their Jirachi didn't. So it must be maybe a type resist berry.
This
Could it be like an offensive set, more like a Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Hidden Power or something?
I don't. But
With like a Shuka Berry or an Aka Berry?
This is weird. What is
I
his
could see it
speed?
being Shuka.
What is his speed?
It's slow for that, though.
Yeah, it's really slow for that. Or Tentacruel, if you want to run a lot of speed on it, you're still gonna... It's still 100 base speed, so there's always the chance it could be just a fast Tenna.
I feel like Pana's the type of person to run HP Grass on Zapdos, but Phil, I feel like he has to go pert and get the rocks back up.
Yeah, rocks are just so key right now.
I mean, this is a risk that you're going to have to take. And also, just to point out, CB Outrage would be doing a lot of damage to anything Pana currently switches in. It would be stupid of him not to have a Steel, so I think that's the kind of game Philip's trying to guess right now. Just what kind of Steel do you have? He reveals a Heat Wave, so I think HP Grass could very well be on this guy. But I think this is a risk that Phil has to take.
Probably got an Electric Stab, Heat Wave, and Roost, so I could see him running Sub Roost or Toxic before HP Grass, so I'm not too sure. I bet we see him go to Celebi.
I don't see Toxic or Sub on a T-Bolt, Heat Wave, Zap very often.
Okay.
I think you'd run Toxic in conjunction with Substitute and Roost.
Yeah, Toxic Roost is okay for a team like Pana's, where it seems very bulky and you do want to get things, but he had a Tentacruel, so I don't think he's going to have Toxic necessarily.
That's true.
It could still be...
we'll find out in a second.
Yeah, it could still be the Sub Roost in conjunction with the T-Spikes, though, because that really accomplishes the same effect. And then you're able to run a little bit of coverage with the Heat Wave as well to hit a couple Pokemon. But
especially the Steels that are immune to Toxic Spikes.
Yeah.
This is good. This is going to be... I think this is going to be a major play that decides the game. Philip's taking his time on it. He switches out to Rotom.
He's scouting for it. He goes for another Heat Wave. Very ballsy.
Yeah, I feel like Phil needed to take that risk, and Pana he is so good at this game. Like, some of the reads that he makes is incredible.
And he has a big advantage now. The Rotom is weakened.
I feel like Phil needs
like
to.
The only really threatening thing.
I feel like Phil needs to approach this game. His team is not going to beat out Panas by playing it safe. He needs to take those risks. He needs to. It's not Zapdos running HP grass is not the favorable move most of the time. A lot of them even run ice now.
Yeah, I like ice a lot. Yeah. And the other issue is you're not going to be breaking the Zapdos without Stealth Rocks up.
Yeah.
Because his team really doesn't deal with it well, because you have the Scizor that's getting fucked by Hidden Power. Getting fucked by Heat Waves. Jirachi fucked by Heat Wave. Rotom fucked by Heat Wave. And if it's HP Ice, the D-Knight's getting fucked by it as well. So you really need the rocks to try to wear it down as fast as possible.
Phil gets a good trick here. I mean, on something like Hippo, that's going to cripple it.
What does he need Hippo for, though? All it does is switch into D-Knight.
Yeah, but that's just bait for the, if it gets locked on Earthquake, you know that you can bring in, Dragonite safely now. You know you can bring in...
But why does he need to click Earthquake? He can just switch it in and out of hits. I think... Of anything that Pana could let take a trick, I think Hippo was the best thing.
Oh.
What else would you prefer him to cripple?
I mean, I don't know. We don't know the remaining, members of Pana's team, but Hippo could have been a crucial mon in stalling out Jirachi or whittling down Scizor.
Or checking the D-Knight.
The Scizor has leftovers. You can bet on it having Roost and 1v1ing Hippo easily.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad move by Pana. I'm just saying that I think that it's in Philip's, favor as well. I mean,
sure.
Pana made the best choice, but all right.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the trick Will-O-Wisp actually, and
I don't know, if I were Phil, I would just Will-O-Wisp again.
I would go to Swampert.
I do think you really need to get rocks up, though, so I could definitely see a Swampert switch in.
Actually, Pana has no reason not to go to Celebi here.
Yeah, you could also throw out a Shadow Ball.
Will-O-Wisp isn't helping with the Celebi either.
Yeah.
What?
Will-O-Wisp is not really helping with the Celebi.
Exactly, so Celebi could switch into a Will-O-Wisp. It could potentially kill Rotom, or if it has HP Fire, severely mess with, the rest of Phil's team, making it so the D-Knight is one of the only safe switch-ins.
Yeah, and with the D-Knight set he has, yeah, and with running a Choice Band D-Knight, you're not going to have many switch-ins left with it. If you combine the Sand and the Rocks damage, you can only switch it in at max, I think, 2 more times right now. So it's not going to be checking Celebi well at all. And as you can see, the Celebi switch-in did happen.
Yeah. Okay, so judging from the damage, Rotom is going to outspeed Celebi.
Yeah, I think you can bet on that. It had
no, we cannot bet on that.
All right, I just say my words. Panamaxis, with I guess a max speed Celebi.
Speed kills, man.
You already saw the fast Tentacruel. You see the fast Celebi as well.
Would not have expected this, but this is a big advantage for Pana. I think Philip's to win.
I think what Phil should have done was gone Rachi, and then gone to Pert on the Hippo switch or something. Just rocks are so crucial here, and Scizor's not going to get any sweep going with a Heat Wave. Oh, all right, a Baton Pass with a Heat Wave.
He's U-turning here for sure.
Yeah. He doesn't. Pana doesn't even need to reveal any remaining mons currently.
Yeah, he just has...
With the Heat Wave Zapdos to check the Pert, I think...
my guess is he goes to Pert here, and... Because if the Zapdos has HP Grass, the game is already over. So he has
no reason not
to lose by going to Pert. Because he's already lost if the Pert isn't a good switch-in. And he has nothing else to bring into this Zapdos if it doesn't have HP Grass. So I think he absolutely needs to get rocks here.
Yeah, so, yeah, like you said, Swampert's coming in. And it's really time to decide the game. Is this going to be the HP Grass Zapdos or not?
I don't see it being HP Grass.
I think it's...
Actually, it's Pana, dude. I'm calling HP Grass. Like, why not? It's Pana. Like,
all right, you're outnumbered.
If anybody's gonna run it, it's gonna be this guy.
Yeah, you're outnumbered 2-1 by me and Luke, though. So obviously that means it's not going to be the HP Grass. I'm calling Ice. What are you calling, Luke?
Sub.
Okay, so we got 3 different movesets, and I think I'm right.
I don't see a T-Wave or a T-Bolt Heat Wave Zap running sub.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be Ice or
maybe something like Agility on them, but not sub.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sub works well with Toxic Spikes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it works well, but
we will see.
Yeah.
My guess is he either reveals something new or goes to Celebi here.
Something else that Tentacruel could have been, though, is fast Tentacruel tend to run something like sub-toxic, rapid spin, and a filler move, like Surf.
True. Yeah, he might not have even had Toxic Spikes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like a very defensive team, but it might not even be one, because we've seen a fast Tentacruel, a fast Celebi, potentially a fast Zapdos.
Yeah, this is definitely a panamaxis style team, kind of not your everyday stall. He's doing a good job not revealing his other mons. He has absolutely no reason not to. He's not taking any unnecessary moves that a lot of players would do for, just amateur reasons.
Yeah, it's like it lulls you to sleep a little bit, making you think it's a stall team, then it fucks you in the face with these, like, the fast mons and the Zapdos that's doing big damage.
Pana's thinking about it. I'm really thinking that he does not have HP Grass.
Yeah, the fact that he's spent this long on it is either he's trying to bluff to Phil that he doesn't have it and make Phil think, this guy's taking so long, or it's just straight up not.
When people take that long, sometimes I'll cancel my move and go with something else. So I think why not? All right, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, so there's going to be the Stealth Rocks up, and now it's going to have a little bit more trouble checking the Scizor, because Scizor can just repeatedly turn out into the Swampert.
It's Psychic Celebi.
With Baton Pass so far.
With Baton Pass, a lot of times Baton Pass Celebi doesn't run Recover, but I feel like this one's not going to have T-Wave. It's going to have Recover and probably a Grass or HP Fire move. If it's not HP Fire, Phil's in really good shape with just pivoting.
Yeah, he can just pivot.
All right, Calm Mind. So this guy wants to get in his Zapdos.
Yeah, would a Choice Band E-Speed be killing after the Stealth Rocks in the second U-turn?
Yes, no, without a doubt, I feel like E-Speed would kill Zapdos.
There's an easy way
but he doesn't even have to E-Speed if the calc doesn't go in his favor. I don't. But yes, he does. Dragonite to 88. All right, Empoleon.
And this Empoleon could be doing a lot of damage right now because it just sets up an agility.
Keep in mind, Empoleon's not outspeeding the Dragonite.
Yeah, he has to go to Dragonite here.
Yeah, and just threaten it with either a superpower or the Earthquake.
The thing is, one nice thing about that play by Panamaxis is now the Dragonite is forced in. It's forced to take 31 from Stealth Rock and Sand. So he's essentially forcing Pana to use up one of his Dragonite switch-ins.
You know what Phil could do, though? He could just force a Calm Mind War for the game.
With what?
Well, I mean, it's...
Jirachi? If Jirachi even is... We didn't see leftovers, so... Yeah. I'm really... Alright, he went Dragonite.
Yeah, so
I feel like Jirachi's what Phil wants to sweep with in the end.
I feel like Panamaxis goes Hippo here and then pivots to something else.
Yeah, just Hippo to scout the move and then...
I was going to say Outrage. Like...
Yeah.
I feel like Outrage would be an okay move here.
Yeah,
because if he goes to Hippo, you have to bank on the two turn. outrage ending, but you'll kill the hippo.
Yeah, but then Dragonite will have taken enough damage that it can only switch in once more.
I mean, either way, you're only getting one more switch in with the sand out.
Phil needs to make the correct move here because he's got to kill something.
If he outrages and the Empoleon stays in, he straight up loses.
Well, yeah, but how much is outrage doing? Because that could be favorable. Like maybe Scizor Bullet Punch could kill it.
Scizor
Like,
Bullet Punch is doing 6%.
yes, and how much is outrage with a choice in?
Probably 50 to 60,
Okay,
if I had to guess. It's a Steel type.
it's a steel type, but
So it turns out he did have a steel type in the back. Who would have guessed? Yeah, Pana's definitely thinking about this right now.
chosen.
Outrage does 58 to 68. Bullet Punch won't kill after that.
Okay, he goes to Aerodactyl.
Goes for the Outrage, though. Wow.
All right, I predicted that one.
Yeah,
So, but Zapdos is killing the Dragonite now.
Now is it though? Oh, he has HP Ice. He has to have HP Ice.
Or T-Bolt, I imagine, would kill as well.
T-Bolt would
Bolt
not kill.
from this
It wouldn't.
range.
I don't think like it just depends. I think it's a roll. I don't think T-Bolt's doing 51.
I think it's a more
If it
offensive set, though.
If it has no special attack EVs, it does 38 minimum. If it has, like, I don't know, 100, then no, it could not kill. But
Okay.
it'll kill with sand if he's... I don't know. I think... Okay,
Alright,
yeah.
Yeah, I just think based on the damage to the Swampert earlier on with that Heat Wave, it had to be some sort of offensive.
So we know
minded
that
set.
Zapdos is going to have Roost. So the question isn't how does Phil wins this game. It's going to be how does Phil get rid of Zapdos. He's going to need a freeze or an amazing predict like with an earthquake.
He can Earthquake a Roost.
Yeah, this is actually looking decent with the Swampert right now because I think Pana has to just sack the Hippowdon. Or he can, if he wants to get the Celebi in again, or he could just kind of try to go to Empoleon
So
and Grass
Celebi might not have a grass move,
Yeah.
which is just favorable for Pert.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if Celebi doesn't have a grass move, it probably has Recover.
Yes, but even with Recover, I guess you can just Calm Mind on the Psychics anyway. Scizor definitely needs to... Okay,
So yeah, like I
so
was saying.
Phil has a big chance here. If Phil can get his Scizor in with a Swords Dance, it's killing Zapdos. It's killing Celebi. What is his last move? Swords Dance.
Roost.
Well, we haven't seen
Forward
Roost
punch,
yet.
U-turn.
It's probably Roost.
It's probably Roost, but you still can't 100% assume that. It could still be the superpower.
It could.
I think it's favorable to have Roost because Hydro Pump's just gonna nuke
Yeah.
Scizor at this point.
I mean,
But he also his Jirachi's also in a pretty decent position, believe it or not.
Yeah, it is.
I would keep my Pert in here, honestly.
Yeah, so earlier on, how do you feel about the Aerodactyl sack as opposed to sacking your Hippowdon?
I think he should have gone to Hippo.
Yeah, so
No damage whatsoever. Alright, so what do you guys Swords Dance here? Do you U-turn? What do you Roost? What do you do?
well, I think the Empoleon's coming in 100%. So,
Yeah,
and the issue is it's going to be very difficult for you to take Hydros in the future. So I honestly think you might have to just Roost and go... sorry, not Roost. U-turn into the Jirachi.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm really curious about this Rachi. If he was max speed Rachi, the game is over already.
Yeah, because the spikes would be just doing so much damage.
Yeah, well, not even the spikes, just
And
like,
the Stealth Rock being up a lot
yeah,
longer,
a
too.
max
It's just
speed
all the
Rachi's
hazards.
a max speed Rachi is generally running like T-Bolt Psychic, 2 filler moves could be Calm Mind, HP Ice. Okay, this is interesting.
He must be a fast Zapdos or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't mind the U-turn choice there. The question is now: are you Earthquaking or are you Ice Beaming?
Yeah, because this is, like, Earthquake's not going to be killing the Celebi, obviously.
It's just doing Earthquake for like 2 turns.
Oh, he
Oh my
makes the big
goodness, Phil
play.
is a god, dude.
Yeah,
That's a tough one to make.
that's a Lord play right there.
That really is a tough one to make. You're gonna have to go for the earthquake here.
Yeah, if it's a
Rachi can sing. He's gonna get his Patea, but if he is Patea, he's gonna get set up, but he cannot get agility off.
yeah. It could also just be a grass knot and he could
up.
go straight away. But yeah, Jirachi's going to come and kill it later if he doesn't get an agility.
I don't think Jirachi's killing with Thunderbolt. I
What
really
if-
don't.
What if it's agility Shuka?
He would have left it in on the Dragonite, I think.
Yeah, probably. Well, you're still risking a superpower.
Dragonite runs superpower with
Yeah.
CB, generally. Earthquake is more of a DD variant.
I could definitely see agility Shuka right here.
I will say, though, that this game is like, it could go either way. I think this is what everybody wanted. You don't know what... Alright.
This is advantage Phil, in my
Oh
opinion.
my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
Oh, wow, but that's the last thing he wants to see. Now the Celebi... Well, it depends on what its last move is.
I don't mind the roar, honestly. People are kind of bashing it, but
No, Roar
I
was
think that
fine.
reveals that it is Shuka. Like,
Yeah, then you're able to play around it a little bit better and prevent it from setting up a little bit in the future. So
also, is it going to be a grass knot? Is it going to be an ice beam? Is it going to be
it could be both.
Is it going to be 3 attack?
Yeah.
I see Panda being one of the few to run 3 attacks, like with a Shuka Berry. That would be smart on his part. But also, he wouldn't have Patea if he has Shuka. That's not going to kill Rachi.
Yeah, we're just going to see the baton pass here. And if there's a big play by Phil, this could be... Oh, it's just going to be the Hippowdon coming in. So he's just going to roll it out.
Phil just wants the stealth rock damage. It's okay on his part. Why not?
Yeah. And I think that also reveals it's not going to be a grass move Celebi. He didn't go for the Giga right there.
Well, it's probably grass knot, if it's anything.
Giga isn't used in DPP. It's not the same as black and white Giga. You're not getting. It's not the same base power. It's going to be grass knot, generally, or leaf storm.
Yeah.
I think that it went from Panda's game to lose to Phil's game to lose. Now I don't see
Oof.
and the crit.
Oof.
Panda. It's definitely going in Panda's favor.
Yeah.
I think he can go to Empoleon and spam agility.
I think that what Phil needs to do here, is Earthquake, because if it's not Shuka, then he wins. Yes, exactly.
And if it is Shuka, it's not killing the Jirachi in one hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phil has nothing to lose by Earthquaking. Literally nothing.
And Panda's down to 20 seconds, so he's running out of time to think right here.
I think the worst thing that Phil can do here is roar. Yeah, okay, Panda goes for it.
I'm guessing if he made that play, then he loses a T-Bolt.
I mean, Panda can...
Oh!
Right,
Nope,
Phil
he
wins.
doesn't.
Yeah, that's game for Phil.
This is one of the first times I've seen Phil clutch a match in a World Cup tiebreaker or in a high stakes tiebreaker, and nobody expected Phil to come and beat Panda like this. I think Panda was the odds-on favorite. Phil did a spectacular job.
And that is huge, because now that means West is moving on to play our team East in the semifinals, so we're not going to see a tiebreaker.
West is up 1-0 historically versus East in World Cup, so and West is fielding arguably one of the best OU lineups this year, so it's going to be something to look out for.
It's going to be a good series.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on to the cast. It was a pleasure having you. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll be back in the semifinals with more World Cup of Pokemon content. Till then, this has been IFM.
This has been Stathakis.
It's Stone Cold 22.
All right, we out of here, you fucks.
Thanks. Peace.
You forgot your bye-bye, man.